Welcome to the live stream. This is DJ Torch. We're going to get right into it. Got a little warm up for everybody to get here. You can catch the warm up obviously later on in the replay. And here we go. This is just tonight is an important night. Tonight is a night that we're going to go over a lot of the reasons why manosphere men, black manosphere men to be specific, because I think white manosphere men and black manosphere men behave differently. They might have the same core reasoning or whatever, but they behave differently. We're going to find out why. So let me start off with what I call some cliff notes. We're going to go into some cliff notes tonight. Cliff notes meaning that I need to make sure that everybody knows what's going on, what's going down, and why we are doing this live stream. So here we go with no further ado. Let me make sure the volume's cool. Here we go.
Where in the world a woman is telling a man no, or she's just showing him quietly that she's not interested. It might be a first date. It might be a marriage of 20 years. And in the next 24 hours, on average, 140 women will be killed by a man they knew, usually the one they were trying to leave. This is the most dangerous moment in a woman's life, and it's caused by one word. In 2014, a 22-year-old man got in his black BMW, drove to a sorority house in California,
He deleted.
Stated reason.
Of course, I had to do that. I wanted to make sure you didn't say, that deletion word too many times. But yeah, basically the thing is this. They're going to break down. We're going to hear the reason why the word no is a very dangerous thing to say in front of a dude. Let me keep it going. Here we go.
Women wouldn't sleep with him. He left behind a 137-page document. He called it My Twisted World. It began with one word: rejection. This is what happens in a man's brain when a woman says no. In 2003, 3 neuroscientists at UCLA, Naomi Eisenberger, Matthew Lieberman, and Kipling Williams, put volunteers inside brain scanners. They gave them a simple video game called Cyberball. You toss a ball back and forth with 2 other players. Then, mid-game, the other 2 just stop throwing to you. That's the entire experiment. You've been left out. When they looked at the scans, they saw something strange. The parts of the brain that lit up were the same parts that light up when you break a bone.
Wow, that's deep.
The dorsal anterior cingulate cortex, the anterior insula, the regions that process physical pain. To the brain, being rejected is being injured. That's why heartbreak physically hurts. That's why the word no doesn't feel like information. It feels like a wound. Now, here's where it gets darker. Roy Baumeister and Gene Twenge, working at Case Western, ran a series of experiments in the early 2000s. They rejected people from a group task, then gave them a chance to hurt someone. The rejected people were significantly more aggressive, not sadder, not quieter, more aggressive. Rejection doesn't make humans withdraw. It makes them lash out. But this happens to everyone. Men.
I mean, this is really some deep and important information. Basically, ladies, you are seeing why these men get so violent when you say no in front of them. So basically, this is an important thing because I have a comparison between black manosphere men and white men that tend to be on the alt-right / supremacist side. I'm going to show you not only do they have similarities, but their brain functions are very similar. Let's go with it. Here we go.
Men, women, children. Everyone's brain treats rejection like a broken rib. So why is it men who kill? Because for a lot of men, a woman's no isn't heard as a preference. It's heard as a verdict on their looks, on their worth, on their status, on whether they are, in the words of every incel forum online, a man at all.
This is why the Black Manosphere exists. Because basically broken men with sensitive minds and sensitive feelings, this is where they go.
Psychologist Geraldine Downey at Columbia calls this rejection sensitivity. Some people expect rejection, perceive it faster, react to it harder. Her studies show high rejection sensitivity men are more likely to become violent toward female partners. not because they're more rejected, but because they read neutral behavior as proof that the rejection they already feared is happening. She didn't text back. She looked at another man. Verdict rendered. And then there's entitlement. Sociologist Rachel Jukes led one of the largest studies of male violence ever conducted across 9 countries in Asia and the Pacific, published in The Lancet in 2013. She found the strongest predictor of a man raping or killing a woman wasn't poverty, wasn't drinking. It was the belief that he was owed access to her, that her...
Isn't that what the Black Manosphere teaches other men? Isn't that what Kevin Samuels taught to all the men? That they have, that they're, no matter how broke, no matter how ugly, no matter how down low they were, or how, you know, mentally unstable they were, or how messy they were, or how messed up they were, or how long their jacket was, they were still, Kevin Samuels made these men, Kevin Samuels and men like him would make these men feel like they still could get a stunner. Shout out to Char Willie in the house. It's good seeing you. It's great seeing you. Shout out to I Said What I Said, new member. So I'm going to keep going here. This is, I'm telling you, you're going to want to listen to this, ladies, because it is going to help you protect yourself against violent men. Here we go.
Her body, her attention, her yes was something he had a right to. And a no was theft called those two things. A brain that treats rejection as physical injury. A belief system that treats a woman's autonomy as a robbery. That's the psychological equation behind what comes next. It usually doesn't start with murder. It starts with the switch. You've probably seen it. A man is polite, warm, complimentary. She says she's not interested. And in 1 second, he becomes a different person. Ugly, bitch, whore. You'll regret this.
And this is very important because remember, a lot of dudes say, oh yeah, well, you should have chose better, well, you should have chose better as far as talking to other women, you know, to women. And it's funny to me that then if you become very, very selective, then they're like, well, you look at Miss Siditi, or they treat you like they do somebody like Megan Thee Stallion. That's who they treat you like, because when Clay got rejected, all the men that thought that were living vicariously through Clay got rejected. You see what I'm saying? We're going to keep it going. Here we go.
The compliment and the threat come from the same place. Both are the price of admission he thinks he's paying for a yes. If she blocks him, he makes new accounts. This is called stalking.
Oh, baby. You see what's going down here. This is what's going down.
In the United States, about 1 in 3 women will be stalked in her lifetime. That's from the CDC's National Intimate...
1 in 3. Wow. And I bet that's all women. 1 in 3. Think about that in our community.
And sexual violence survey. The vast majority of stalkers are men they know, usually men they rejected. If she moved on, he escalates. He shows up at her work. He tells her friends lies about her. He threatens to release private photos. He may leak them. This is called...
Sound familiar? Does that sound familiar? Here we go.
Coercive control, a term coined by sociologist Evan Stark. It's not one act. It's a pattern of surveillance, isolation, and intimidation designed to punish her for leaving. And if she still doesn't come back, in some cases, he kills her. The United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime tracks this globally. In 2022, they estimated that 133 women and girls were killed every day by a partner or family member. About 1 every 11 minutes. Femicide isn't rare. It's one of the leading causes of death for women aged 15 to 44. And in more than half of those cases, the killer is the man she said no to.
Wow, that's deep. And the manosphere, what they do is they make it seem like all men, no matter how mentally unstable they are, no matter how broke they are, no matter how ugly they are, they have the right to access women that are desirable way beyond their their means or by their brain or by their look or whatever you want to call it. So basically, this is why I feel so angrily, if that's a word, disgusted with the Black Manosphere, because it teaches men literally, in the most literal sense, to be violent towards Black women specifically. It's bad enough being violent at all, but it trains unstable Black men or Black men that's on the fringe how to become violent. Let me keep it going. Here we go.
December 6th, 1989. A man walks into the École Polytechnique in Montreal with a rifle. He separates the men from the women. He tells the women he is fighting feminism. He kills 14 women. His suicide note names women who rejected him. May 23rd, 2014. Isla Vista, California. Elliot Rodger. 6 killed. 4
I think we heard enough of that. One more.
wounded. He uploads a YouTube video the day of. The title is Retribution.
See, basically these men, it's like, to them, a woman's desire is the only value they're looking for. They don't look for value in family, friends, work. Though that would be important. Shout out to Tevin and shout out to T in the house. So that's just right there. I wanted to make sure you see why I do what I do. I need to protect the best I can, or at least inform women of what's going on out there with these unstable men, because the manosphere is going to just make it more and more worse. The Black Manosphere, let me make it specific, because I'm here for Black women, is only going to get worse. There's no way, and I'm going to prove it, because even what bothers me the most is like when there's Black men that are actually have been trained to psychologically heal people and still come into the Black Manosphere spewing garbage. That really concerns me a lot. So without further ado, let's get into the show. We're going to start out with some Caucasian bigotry first, and then I'm going to show you some African-American bigotry. And you're going to notice a very, very similar thing. The only difference will probably be the target or the broadness of the target. The target or the broadness of the target. That is the only thing that's going to be missing in the word hate. Here we go. First, some love. Wait. Let me pause that for a minute. I hit the wrong button. Here we go. Wait, let me pause that. Bring it over here. We're going to start off with some white male positivity first. And then I'm going to show you some different stuff. Here we go.
White men, so many of you all are showing up and showing out. Now, what do I mean? So many of you all are showing that you all are true allies in this fight against injustice, racism, and prejudice, because I have put together a compilation right now of white men who were taken up for Michelle Obama, as well as Black women in general. Take a look.
Michelle Obama, a quick reminder of how beautiful this woman is, how educated this woman is, how classy, elegant. Do I need to continue?
And lastly, Michelle Obama is
brilliant. She is brilliant and elegant and beautiful and powerful and kind and warm and strong. She is grace personified. She's a winner and a leader and a role model and an icon. She is an advocate for health, for mental and physical and spiritual health, an advocate for growth, an advocate for going above and soaring beyond.
She actually is. I mean, remember when Kevin Samuels dissed Michelle Obama for doing push-ups I believe she was at some fitness fair or something like that, and she wanted to show that anybody can do it. And, you know, he dissed her something awful. And it's funny to me how ironic it is that he died by not being in the best of health, and dissed a woman who's living her best life right now, by the way, for trying to, you know, to promote health. Let's keep it going. Here we go. I said what I said is in the house.
The high road. She is patient. So very patient. Probably because she's unbothered, because she's above it.
You can tell what kind of white man a white man is by asking him his thoughts on Michelle Obama. There's usually two groups. Group A will go, Michelle Obama, oh man, she took away my full sugar Gatorade in middle school. Oh man, she messed with those vending machines. I liked my Rice Krispie treats or some bullshit. And then move on. Oh, so then there's Group B. Group B will go on a tirade about Michelle Obama secretly having a penis for no conceivable reason. They will be obsessed about what's going on in Michelle's pants. And a conversation you guys aren't ready for is the racist trope behind assuming that gorgeous Black women are trans, and the fact that we've never had this issue or topic of conversation with any white first ladies, but we won't go there. What I will say is it's obsessive and weird. When I think of a first lady, I don't think about what's going on in their pants.
No, but she's more of a man than you. I find your violence uniquely uninteresting. Your ability to throw a punch is so wholly unremarkable. Toddlers can get mad and hit stuff. This is the most narrow version of masculinity I can imagine. Aren't you the guy that pretended to be drunk, vomited on yourself on national TV, and
I know that was gross,
thought that people would find it funny? You're not an alpha. You're an idiot. And you chose to punch above your weight class on this one because Michelle Obama is undefeated in that particular ring. She has had much bigger haymakers thrown at her by much bigger men, and she walks out unscathed every time. She doesn't even need to throw a punch to beat men like you. And isn't that the point? She is in control of her emotions. She understands that love is louder than hate. She understands that your words won't even dignify a response.
So the man who stood on the White House lawn and disparaged Michelle Obama, a woman who lived in the White House for 8 uninterrupted years, a graduate of the highest ranked Ivy League school, showed up to the Lincoln Memorial for a press conference, drunk out of his goddamn mind so much that he puked on himself on live television on the Lincoln Memorial. Trash!
And that's my Lord and
man.
Savior, Jesus Christ. And lastly, Michelle Obama is a man.
First of all, you wouldn't have said that if she was white. Second of all, you and your savior can go fuck yourself with your transphobic, homophobic, and racial bullshit. Oh, and by the way, you lost these. Imagine that, Republican red, MAGA size. If you lay off the testosterone replacement therapy, they might grow. Oh, by the way, everybody, that's your definition of a MAGA Republican man, a real man, a Christian man. But anyway, that UFC fight at the White House you just won, it doesn't matter because you just proved to the world how much of a loser you really are. Oh, but
I think we get the message. I mean, there are good white Caucasian men out there. And believe it or not, this is the funny thing is there's just as many good white men out there that want to be or love Black women than there are Black men because of the ratio. So it's funny, you would think that Black men would think about that and say, hey, you know, like if these Caucasian men start getting into Black women, we are in trouble here because, you know, we're not treating them any better than any other race of man would. So why would they stay? See, that would be logical thinking. It's like, well, for me to compete and to find the right woman for me, you would think that, okay, well, I should be the type of man that attracts the right kind of woman. But these men, they tend to think a lot like this guy right here.
Viral video circulating online purports to show the chaotic aftermath of a racist streamer allegedly shooting a Black man outside a Tennessee courthouse. Streamer Chud the Builder, whose real name is Dalton Etherly, shot the...
He definitely does not look straight in this picture. He definitely does not look straight in this picture. He looks like, well, believe it or not, he looks like he's trying to look like the guy from, and I hate to insult the band, from Queen. And the guy from, as you know, very talented man, but he was, he was kind of he was bi. He's actually bisexual, the guy from the lead singer. And this guy looks like he's trying to be either the lead singer of Queen or the lead singer of, what was the name of that group? The YMCA, that group. So immediately at first, I'm looking at him and I'm going, this dude, you kind of look weird to me. Let's keep it going. Here we go. Brokeback Mountain. Here we go.
The unidentified man during a scuffle on May 13th outside of the courthouse in Clarksville, according to the DA, who said Chud also accidentally shot himself during the confrontation. The 28-year-old has amassed an online following by filming himself spewing vile racial slurs, such as referring to black people as chimps.
Now, it's funny to me because I've seen a guy got several, I mean, that's literally what the Black Manosphere is black men that, in my opinion, are just as bigoted as Chud, insulting black women daily. So what's the difference from them and Chud? They just use different words. They might not use the N word on these women, but they'll use like words like Keishas and broads and bees, and you get the point. Keishas, this the whole thing. That shows to me, and you do it on a daily basis, that tells me that basically you're just as bad as Chud. No better. In fact, you guys should get together on a date.
Openly saying the N-word to get reactions. In footage captured by Clarksville Now, Etherly could be seen tended to by first responders at the scene, where he began streaming his interactions following the alleged shooting. Etherly can be heard blaming his gunfire on the other man, who was black, according to witnesses, saying the man confronted and threatened him over his vile online content.
He said, "You start saying all that chimp out to me, I'm gonna hit you." He hit me, started wailing on me, even after I had to defend myself by shooting him. He's still wailing on me.
Elsewhere in the 16-minute clip, the streamer can be heard asking authorities if he shot himself amid the scuffle, noting a graze on his arm. The victim was medically evacuated and is recovering in stable condition, officials said. The mustached antagonist was supposed to appear at the court for a civil case over unpaid debts, which comes just days after he was arrested for allegedly refusing to pay a $400 restaurant bill, even after he...
Wow, what a class act he is. Slipped out on a restaurant bill. It doesn't it start to fit? Let me keep it going.
Polished off his entire meal. Following the shooting, Etherly was booked into the Montgomery County Jail, while the local sheriff's office vowed those responsible would be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law. Etherly has been charged with attempted murder, employing a firearm during dangerous felony, aggravated assault, and reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon.
Wow, that's a lot. This was brought to you by New York Post. Give them a little sign. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Where's my list? Hold on one second. Oh, let me go back. There we go. Okay, there we go. There we go. And let's skip that and go to... This is going to trip you out, ladies and gentlemen. You know how I am about being able to radar out down low men. This, ladies and gentlemen, is going to trip you out. This is Chud's, let's face, friend.
Yeah, so last year, May 2025, I Chud the Builder. He sent me these texts with his baby mama, who was
Listen close, y'all. Listen close.
Latina months later after a date. She said, go live happily ever after with a dude. Get him, girl. And then he said, back in the day when women were made to be feminine, that's when society was the best and the least.
Doesn't that sound familiar to what Kevin Samuels, Anton Daniels, Angry Man, Saint the Sinner say? Let me play that phrase again. Let me play that phrase again coming from Chud the Builder's trans boyfriend. Here we go.
Dude, get him, girl. And then he said, back in the day when women were made to be feminine, that's when society was the best and the least gay occurred. Every time women get out of hand, go back to the Roman days and dudes who are more femme than their fag girlfriends are. Women are so manly. Dudes would rather fuck a femboy than come home to their GF. Just who act like dudes will call men gay for fucking femboys who are more feminine than they are.
How dare you not want to come home and man with a pussy?
Sorry, babe. I'd rather fuck a girl with a dick than an N-word with a mid pussy like yours.
What did Mr. Poopy Butthole from Rick and Morty, not Chud the Builder, say about?
Pause it. So yeah. My theory seems to be working that men who have a dominant manosphere mentality like other men. Nothing wrong with it. The problem is the way they act out because of that shame they feel for liking men. And it's funny because it's strange they feel that way when in 2026 it seems to be normal. And what gets me is this. The men that claim to be the most hateful towards same-sex or similar sex relationships are the ones that partake into them. Haven't you noticed that? Haven't you noticed that? They are usually the men that do most of that. You've seen it in my other videos that these men that come out here and say, oh, F that group or F this group of LGBT, whatever, they can this and that, then you find them sneaking around. And they're literally torturing themselves because they are they're so. I mean, not only are these men self-hating, but when it comes to the black men who do this, there's self-hate, double self-hating, because usually it's just like they think they are the worst thing on earth. And hey, maybe they are. Not because they're gay, but because they're messed up in the mind and they need to fix themselves. I prefer to see a happy gay man than an unhappy down low man around, because I know I'm safer. Even as a man, I don't want to see an angry man who's mad at himself because he wants D. You know what I mean? He wants D, but it happens a lot. Let's go back into Austin Metcaf, because he's another example. There's black Austin Metcalfs out there as well, and we can't forget about them. So let's get into it. Here we go.
Boy, to make him stab somebody. My God, what kind of mother are you? Hey, Kevin Hayes, you fucking liar. Day after it happened. How many?
Please excuse the cuss words. It's hard to get by them because, and the reason why this is going on like this and why there's so many cuss words is, remember the types of men we are dealing with here. This is how they think and how they live. So to etch out each and every cuss word would be dishonest, really. So because we have to get grasp how these men think, frankly. And sometimes the best way to do that is to listen to them on how they speak, frankly.
How many lies did you sit and type up on your keyboard, you big keyboard warrior? You a big tough man. You still live in Baton Rouge? Remember you said you'd come to Frisco, buddy? You're supposed to find me. I told you we could sit down and talk. That's all you do. Talk, Mr. Squeaky Clean. You're the only one in your family without a damn record. I guess that's something to brag about in your culture.
This is really, really going to bite old Jeff in the ass. Because he just happens to not have a squeaky clean record himself. So anybody who has a squeaky clean record is topping this man. You are a better person than Jeff could ever be. We went over this in the last video, but it's important we go over it again to reinforce the level of person this man is. I am very sorry his son passed away. I really am. I am. But in a way, it's like a strange flavor of poetic justice or karma. Because he might have made, if he was a nicer person, if he wasn't the person that you're going to find out in a few minutes he is, maybe his son wouldn't have behaved in the way that put him in harm's way. I'm not saying it was his son's fault or anything, because I got to see all the facts. But let's put it this way, the little bit we do know, he didn't help himself any. Let me keep it going. Here we go.
You people hang your hat on the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Let me
see. It's funny because I think he was trying to make it seem like, and a lot of black men do this too. They'll make it seem like they're just targeting one woman when they start talking negative about women. But then they use you can say Metcalf, he's using the you people, all of a sudden he's talking about a race of people, not realizing that he just then condemned himself to notifying everyone that he is your basic racist person. Let me keep it going.
Let me make one up. Y'all can let me make something racist up so y'all can go viral. I got a new name for Mello, okay? Because he was such this little boy y'all were trying to portray. How about Watermelon Felon? How's that one strike you? So don't complain when shit doesn't go your way, when you don't do anything about it. Don't bitch because Trump's president because you didn't vote. You're going to support someone who does something against the law. You're encouraging and saying it's okay because he's a certain color.
That about pretty much sums it up. Right, exactly. HDX, you nailed it. Awkward for black witnesses who were Austin's friends. Yep. It's like, okay, so you're a friend of the guy who there's a likelihood that Austin turned out similar or was a younger version of his father. So let me move forward though, because it's important you see this part. So you saw how high and mighty. It's important to know how high and mighty old Jeff Metcalf is. Saying, oh yeah, I bet it's a flex for you to not to have a criminal record, and be a black person. Well, let's go over Jeff's.
ARR and time right quick.
Let's go fast forward. I'm going to fast forward it because I want to get right into the meat of the matter. Here we go.
Man, run the tape.
Just run the
Hey,
tape.
TikTok. I told you that when I came back, I would share some information with this platform. So at 4:30, I came on and I shared this. No other network has done this. You've seen it first right here with me. Breaking news.
You know, that's interesting. Has any network done this yet? That's right. And I mean like a major network. I don't think they've done it yet. And you know what's funny about it? Is no black man in the Black Manosphere has done this either.
Jeffrey Metcaf. I broke it. I broke it to the internet. Now, if you see it anywhere else, just know where they got it from. They got it from me. No other news network, no other TikToker, no other creator has this. In 2011, Jeffrey Metcaf was arrested for SA.
That's pretty bad. I don't know about you, but that's really bad for somebody who's talking shit about people with criminal records, because he definitely has a criminal. I mean, it's not like it's not like theft or robbing. It's not even armed robbery. He literally violated a woman.
Those twins was 4 years old at the time.
That's a very impressionable age, by the way.
Shortly after that, the mother, Megan, packed up those fucking twins and got the fuck out of that house.
So that's why they broke up. That's why they broke up.
Let's put the blame on him. Let's blame him for his son not being here.
He obviously, this is really, at first it would sound like, to on the surface absurd, but it's not, because he did the same. Metcalf did the same, made the same speech about, the other man's son. So just like Metcalf blamed, Anthony's father. Well, guess what? Maybe it's pot calling the kettle black. Well said. Well, pot calling the kettle black. Let me keep it going just a little bit. No, something that it's not about Metcalf tonight. So let me get out of that for a minute. Okay. And what I'm saying is this: you saw the hatred, you saw the bigotry, you saw the gracism and everything. Now I'm going to compare that with the Black Manosphere speak. This next man right here, this man, we're going to lead with him. He's talking back and forth with the saint and the sinner. And it's really funny and strange that he chose him to talk about black women, because the saint and the sinner, as of last we knew, does not talk or speak to black women at all. Let's get down to the get down. Here we go. Listen to this. Listen closely. I want you to compare Chud and Metcalf to this man right here.
Black women are what I prefer, but the challenge is that there's very few of them.
Welcome to another episode of
That's not even factually true. I couldn't even get 3 seconds of peace without one of these dudes telling a blatant lie. Let me play that blatant lie again. And I'll tell you why it's a blatant lie.
Black women are what I prefer, but the challenge is that there's very few of them.
Welcome to another.
Let me pause that for a minute. Black women outnumber black men by nearly 2 million. He's not an ugly dude. In fact, he's one of the, I will give it to him, he's one of the probably the more decent looking manosphere men, which isn't saying a whole lot because there's a lot of ugly mofos, but he's one of the decent. If he wanted to find a black woman to tolerate his narcissism, he probably could do that. And I'm being nice just calling him a narcissist, by the way. Let's keep it going. Here we go.
Few of them.
Welcome to another episode of Ask a Brother podcast. I'm your host, Jeff St. James, and we're going.
Now, this is the thing that gets me. He's not a doctor, but I believe he has a license in psychotherapy. So it's even worse for him to be in the Black Manosphere, and I'll tell you why. Scientifically, he's been trained to know why people act like they do. Maybe he's not. Maybe he pulled, he doesn't have those credentials. But what I read on the internet, he does. And he's damaging in so many ways because he's, one, a person who should know better. Two, a person with the rarity of black therapists out there who should be focused on healing black men. Three, he should know that disrespecting black women does not heal black men. And four, he brings up the worst role models, usually other manosphere dudes who, some of which who have records or who have ingratiated themselves into promiscuity. Yes, it's kind of disgusting. It's kind of disgusting. Let's play some more. Here we go.
Going to have a whole host of different people from different backgrounds.
And here's, okay, so see, Jeff St. James, he's in that Anton Daniels clique, that Lapeef clique. That just makes it even worse because you saw how Anton Daniels, acted up. So the people I do know here, that's Lucky in the middle. Unfortunately, he hasn't been so lucky lately. And you'll see in a minute what I mean. That's I think that's what's this, Charleston White right here, and we know what kind of clown show he brings to the picture. One of the most embarrassing black men ever. And then some other guests on here. I'm not sure who the other person. I think this guy to the left, I think that's Sotomayor, which is a very interesting situation that happened between him and Lucky that made Lucky unlucky. But let's go forward.
Backgrounds coming in because I really is about building a community of like-minded people that's just open to listening and hearing from other perspectives.
This is now I want you to listen to how feminine this dude's voice is.
Revolution is going to be because of us.
And it's funny because there's no revolution he's really starting. He's just basically regurgitating the same shit that Kevin Samuel was doing, before he passed away.
On a less serious topic, do you hate black women? And and why do some people believe that you do, or at least think that you do?
I'm not even sure there's many of them. Sometimes people who are hateful, they have they're able to.
No, we pretty much have it down that you don't like black women. This is basically what you're going to see, a perfect example of gaslighting.
Magnify their influence because they're so proactive. You see, hate is far more powerful than love, as it turns out. And the irony is that I absolutely love black women. Black women are what I prefer. But the challenge is that there's very few of them. You see,
Again, black women outnumber black men by 2 million. Now, if you compare black women to the amount of white women, that's a different story, because that's who he basically is with, or leeches off of, whatever, depending on who you'd speak to. So the thing is this: if he wanted to have a black woman, he could have a black woman, even though, in my opinion, he's pretty trashy. He could have a black woman if he wanted one. He doesn't want one. Or the person that he's with now, the Caucasian woman, I think she has like an English accent or something like that. She's the only one who will put up with him. I said it says he has Carlos King vibes, if you ask me. Here we go.
I love black women so much that I love them when they are truly who they are, the way God made them, with their hair.
I mean, did he go to the school of, what's that guy's name? He must have gone to the school of Action. I called dude Action Jackson. Remember him? The dude who pandered to women, to black women, only to get caught cheating on his wife 100 times. He's in that mode right now.
Rising up toward the sun, growing out of their scalp naturally. I truly believe that there is nothing you can do to a black woman to improve her. God made her at the top. The skin is perfect, the lips are full, the body is curvy, and the hair.
Notice how he's only talking about physical attributes of a black woman.
Hair is our hair, human hair. And anything other than that is an insult to that which is divine. And so if I see a black woman wearing a wig, or I see a black woman trying to emulate the white woman, I chastise it.
So basically what he's saying is that he chastised black women that aren't doing what he wants them to do, number one. Number two, what he doesn't realize is that he is acting like he's educated. And I believe he is educated. The problem is this: he's dumb as fuck right now. Listen, keep listening, and I'm going to prove why in a minute. Here we go.
I will continue to do so because I am her natural mate. We are their leaders.
So remember now, he's with the white woman right now. He could just mind his own business, really. But what sociopaths and narcissists and psychopaths do, they need to control somebody or something. Voila. Here he is.
And as such, it is our job to protect them, even if we have to protect them from themselves.
And it's funny to me he brought up this because basically black women are the least protected race of women on this earth. So guess who the failures are? You can tell he's reading them. By the way, he wrote that. I said what I said, hits it perfectly. So white women can get Botox, implants, but they're not trying to be black and forget the tanning. Exactly. And forget the tanning, yeah. So basically, I couldn't even get, I couldn't even get 2 minutes into this video before they started spewing out BS. I mean, that's really amazing to me. So let's go over really quickly why he's such a dumbass when it comes to wigs. It's important for me to show you that. I don't know why this keeps popping up like that. Okay, well, I'll figure it out later. Let me go back here. Let me show you the story of wigs. It'll only take 40 seconds. Here we go.
Historical records show that ancient Egyptians wore wigs as a symbol of status and beauty. And from what...
Let me pause it right there for a minute. He said ancient Egyptians. Where is Egypt? It's not in Austria. It's not in Germany. Where is Egypt? Where is Egypt? What continent is Egypt on? Where do we come from?
What I saw, that was men and women. These early wigs were often made from human hair, sheep's wool, or palm fibers, and were meticulously crafted to showcase wealth and social standing. That's so fascinating to me because when I think of wigs, I often associate it with black women wanting to fit in with these straight hair wigs. But it never dawned on me that wigs are ancient and begin really with us. Elaborate hairstyles and the use of extensions were common practices amongst many African tribes. Hair was often styled to denote social status.
African tribes. There you go. Now you see why I call the saint and the sinner a dumb motherfucker. Because all that schooling he got and all that schooling that other clown got, Jeff, and they don't know nothing about their own black history. How does that work? I mean, for real. I mean, really. I mean, it didn't take me long to look this up. Let me keep it going. Here we go.
Status, age, marital status, and tribal affiliation.
Check it out.
Now, as you can see on the screen, the saint in the center, it, has a crush. And his crush is not on a woman. His crush is on a man. He flew all the way to across the water. Let's put it that way. I forgot where we're there. To visit a certain person. I'm going to keep that a secret for now, but let's listen in. Let's let the guy right here tell you. Here we go.
This is a clip where the YouTuber, The Saint and the Sinner, makes a surprise visit to Andrew Tate's house in Romania. Let's see the clip.
He flew all the way to Romania. That's not close to here, by the way. Pretty effing far, by the way. He flew all the way over there to go see another man. He went all the way to Romania to see another man. You guys know what happened with Andrew Tate, only a couple of years ago, right? And everything. This is during the time. This is during the time he was under house arrest for trafficking. Listen.
Shade video so we can see which to press. So somebody could check and tell me which one he pressed. Okay, press that. Somebody worked.
He went there uninvited. He flew to Romania to see Andrew Tate, and he went there uninvited. I mean, his D must have been so hard waiting for Andrew to come down and meet him.
Someone is coming, by the way.
What's that?
There's coming. People are coming.
So that's Tate's house, the security parts. I mean, it looks like he was not invited by Andrew Tate's security guard. I mean, why did he think it was a good idea? Isn't Andrew Tate under house arrest? So he can't just pull up outside of the house. In addition, I'm guessing it's, he, the saint and the sinner, came up to the house unexpected as a surprise. But here's the thing. Isn't it kind of rude to go to someone's house unexpected? What makes you think
Not if you're a sociopath. You don't care.
Saint and the sinner have a good relationship with Andrew
I'm not saying
Tate,
he's a sociopath, but I'm saying there's a good example of sociopath. Let's put it that way.
right? Is it the custom and the norm to be invited to someone's house, then you go to someone's house?
Right. I mean, that works everywhere.
Is saying, but maybe it's because the saint and sinner may be living in his own bubble where he feels he's so important that if he goes to Romania, Andrew Tate's gonna open up his arms. Is that what he was thinking in his head? Because this ain't Las Vegas. This ain't the YouTube world. This is somewhere outside of your continent, Europe, to be more specific.
Let me drop the link. Let me get the link out there, just in case somebody want to come up. Just in case somebody want to come up. Here we go.
Somebody put scrambled the signal. That's funny.
What?
Somebody in the chat put they.
I mean, he just was told to kick rocks, and he's just all giddy and everything.
Yeah. Actually, that's what I thought.
That's what you thought too? You think they got some technology in there to scramble Wi-Fi signals?
No.
That's amazing. Y'all are creepy as hell.
Speak for yourself.
Right. Yeah, right.
That's hard to do.
So I'm gonna admit that stunts by the Saint and the Sinner YouTuber, or I guess he calls himself Marquette, was a big clout chasey, right? He somehow found Andrew Tate's house, which is not that hard to find, because if you notice right here, this is like the sign of the security post. It's gray everywhere. If you literally search, was it Andrew Tate's house or Andrew Tate compound, you're gonna find that house, right? If you see here, let's say, you see here, right? This is the security. You see that blue sign? You see that blue sign? So it's not that hard to find Andrew Tate's house, right? I mean, this is probably one of the bigger places in Romania. So
Yeah. So basically, this is why I brought this up. Shout out to Corey Coburn in the house, better known as Ghost. She's about to go chew her steak in peace. I'm bringing this up because we have these guys, these highfalutin guys.
Historical records
Let
show
me pause that. And, we have.
check it out.
Let me pause that right there.
You'll find out the truth of this.
So I'm just gonna play. I'm not gonna play the video, the thing. I'm just gonna play. That's what you're seeing right now is when Tate was arrested for, basically for child and trafficking. Child trafficking. So that's the funny thing is that, so you have Jeff St. James, chumming up to literally a man who chummed up to, basically a pimp. That's not really a good message to send to men that you want. See, he's already going the opposite way, and that's the sad part. Just so you know, I'm not BSing about Andrew Tate. Let me play this clip here.
A case that is now heading for a trial. Marking the end of the criminal investigation, charges have now been brought against the controversial social media personality Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan. The pair, along with 2 female suspects, have been under house arrest since March after being initially arrested in Romania last December. 6 months later, and prosecutors in Bucharest are sending the case to trial, with Andrew Tate charged with rape, human trafficking, and forming an organized crime group.
Well, you're probably asking me, what does this have to do with black men? What does this have to do with the black men in the manosphere? Because, Andrew Tate is kind of like mainstream. So, we knocked a couple things out with Jeff St. James. We know that basically he likes to speak with people that are full of shit. We know that much. And that they like men more than they like women. Because I guarantee you, if you ask old Marquette, he has not flown to Romania to go see a woman. So, let's go into the next situation right here.
Let me ask you a question. Do you know what positivism is?
Let me tell you something.
Okay. This, I think we already.
To be unalived by a black man than a white tea woman is to be unalived by a white tea man. Okay, but I just can't even believe that.
Also, to the man on the panel, I'm gonna respond before you continue with the lies. I'm gonna respond. It's people up here. No, it's several people up here. Are we able to have a conversation? You're triggered, or is it just you one-on-one?
I'll cut me off. So are we?
You can get cut off.
Okay. So first of all, let me say something to you, Anansi. I'm the host, right? I don't know you from a can of paint, right?
Right.
You don't come in somebody's house and tell them how to do what they're doing in their own house, right? I wouldn't come in your house and look behind your toilet and say, hey, it's not clean back there. You need to take care of that because, hey, that's not my home. So if I told you that I'm going to interject to debunk something that you said, which was grossly incorrect and an out and out blatant, flagrant lie, then that's what I'm going to do. And there's another black woman on here. Control yourself. Have some control and some emotional regulation. Now, Tam, another black woman. Once again, this is always going to be black woman first over here. She had something to say, and I'm going to let her do that. And if you don't like the way it's run that way, you are more than welcome to click that X in the box and drop. And we'll continue on with the conversation that we were having before you entered, because you already came in here on bad faith and lies. So go ahead, Tam.
Thank you. And thank you for correcting the misinformation and also stating the facts. I would like to also say that in response, if he feels emotionally like BM men or black men are, I guess, experiencing higher rates of unalivement, I'm going to say that's a personal problem. You're men, you're black men at that. And who's unaliving you? Because it ain't black women. And if it's other men, do something about it. Quit crying to black women.
Right. You would think that Jeff St. James would have tried it himself. This is not Jeff St. James talking, but you would think he would want to help a man like this understand the situations and understand how to keep self-control and everything like that. But no, he's not. You saw what old Jeff was up to. Basically disrespecting black women, whether it be underhanded or sideways or directly.
And let me just clarify, because I think I could have been a little bit more clear with my initial response. If a black man, specifically a black man, is causing threat to a black woman's life and or putting a black woman and children in danger in public while I'm present, that black woman and black child, them children, life in danger, that black man life is going to end by my hands, personally, just to be clear on what I said initially. That's all.
Okay, all right, all right. So let me just say this, and I just wanted to read this for anybody that is interested in like facts. Okay, so
This is from the live stream, by the way, of You're Triggered. I want you to listen to how this man reacts.
according to the historical and localized demographic data from the FBI Crime Data Explorer, 90% of 90% and up of all identified, I don't know if I could say the H word, so I'll just say unaliving offenders in the United States are male. So I just want y'all to know that male, okay? And the disproportionate rate of offending among Black men compared to Black women mirrors broader national trends across all racial groups where men commit the vast majority of violent crimes, which means if people doesn't know, and you can go to FBI.gov for this information, which means that just like I just said, that 90% of all unaliving offenders or more are males, that same disproportionate rate mirrors that also the same in the Black community. Now, I want to say this. Let me read you something else, and you can get this from the Violence Policy Center.
Let me fast forward for a minute. Okay, right here's what I want to play.
Necessarily prove that gangster rap had a definite reason why crime increased, not only against Black women, but Black children and Black men around that time. I think we can kind of logically come to some type of conclusion that all of these things happened around that exact time. But that's not something that I can necessarily prove. But the stuff that you said about the intimate partner violence was completely wrong and inaccurate. But you can go ahead.
If it's wrong, then you can just look up the data I gave you and it'll tell you that I'm wrong, right? If Black men had lower rates of intimate partner homicide during the 70s, 80s, and 90s, this can be
no.
proven
What
wrong.
I said to you
No,
is this.
you said I'm wrong.
No. What
I'm wrong.
Yes, I said you're wrong because
if you're not, if I'm wrong,
please
then why
don't
are
cut
you
me
arguing
off.
with the
What
data?
I said is that you tried to make it seem like, because you heard us talking about Black femicide, that there was a time that Black men were at risk in the way that women, or more specifically, Black women have been. I said that even if there were any times that Black men were ever having any type of increased incidents of violence against them by Black women, it was only ever a small, bite-sized, itty bitty portion, regardless on how you want to look at it. Because generally
Saying that the most.
speaking, globally, historically, even back then, 90 to 95% of all violent crimes and unalivings were always committed and always done by men. So you can never try to spin it like Black men were in danger as a collective, because it's not true.
Let me ask you a question. Do you know what positivism is?
Let me tell you something.
Ma'am, can you just say
Your
yes
time
or
is
no?
up.
All right, bitch, you dumb Black ass.
Oh,
nigga,
go
bitch.
shut your
you
goofy
dick
ass
sucker.
up. You're exactly.
Remember, watch. If you don't know, the reason why I played that is because it matches up perfectly with the symptoms I played earlier in this video about how men will play along as long as they think they're getting what they want, or they're going to, going to be able to manipulate. And so then let's go to this person right here.
You know who should never say they don't like me? Black males. You know why? Because I stick up for that.
That's right.
That's literally all I do. I'm hard as fuck on women. I stick up for the men. So if
Now the question is, why are you so hard on women? Women, you ain't got nothing to do with women, dude. Who the F are you? You are an OnlyFans porn star, dude.
man is saying he don't like me, what the fuck is he saying it for? I talk about they put your ass in jail and you shouldn't. I made a movie called A Fatherless America where I said that you men should be able to be in your kids' lives. I sit up here and talk about all this shit that these women are doing and how they taking your kids and doing them like how what the nigga is D Wade up there turning his son into a fucking woman.
This is coming from a man who does porn. Just keep that in mind.
Stand up.
They applaud D Wade for that shit.
Right.
Mad at LeBron for his son playing basketball.
Right.
I should say does or did porn. Who knows where he's at these days, but I just want to make sure that I'm accurate.
That's father shit. That's real father shit.
Got copied by a lot of.
So this is the situation with him now. You saw how macho he was But old Tommy Sotomayor, well, he turned out to be a real simp. So let me play. That's from this dude here who talks to, oh, you motherfucker, simp, you simp. Yeah. Look. But here he is here. Here he is here. I still think you are the world's most beautiful women, Mr. Cornstar.
And he's simping too.
Yeah, he's simping hard. If you don't see, if you can't read the text, basically what it is that I guess Lucky was unlucky enough to be in an interaction with old Tommy Sotomayor. You know, not the best looking guy in the world. I think she can do a lot better. And for some reason, he's basically simping. I mean, this is some really sappy stuff here. It's weird. It's like, I mean, she deserves, you know, whatever type of compliments a man wants to give to her, but it's a little bit, he goes over for somebody who disrespects black women all the time. It's weird to see him in his real space when he talks to a woman that he desires, on how simpish he becomes while calling other men simps or anything like that, just for defending black women in general. And it's really amazing and sad.
He would send his videos. I might come in there, hey, whatever. That's it. November 26th. I still think you are the world's most beautiful woman. But somehow I'm some bitch and all this other nasty shit. Let's keep going. Is this 20?
After she said no, which you will know why I said the word no if you saw the beginning of the video, where we went through the scientific live stream of how men act after they hear the word no. He really went off on her. Yeah, let me pause it. When they don't get what they want, when a red pill dude don't get what they want, when they don't get what they want, when you are no longer a resource, the names change.
Yes. Enjoy your show. Enjoying your show. Didn't want to interrupt. I see my wrenches going. So the real reason you hit me up.
So what's weird to me is that these are the same dudes who call me a simp. These are the same dudes who call me a simp. Oh, look at this. Let me keep it playing.
Your wrench is gone. When I tell you, that's another thing. You niggas be crying about these goddamn wrenches. I don't know if it means that. I don't know what that means. I don't.
Notice how she said plural, which means that she's speaking about more than one dude. I'm going to pause it there for a second because it's really weird how these men turn on women they claim or say they desire or admire. So I can understand, but I think Lucky is taking a break, but I can't be for sure because maybe she changed her mind. But basically, I want you to see how Jay Prince for president treated her as well. So let's go forward. Let me go fast forward.
She need that Medicaid her damn self.
This is one of the ugliest men of the LaPreef crew. This is Jay Prince. And it says here, Jay Prince calls Lucky Marie EBT thought. Clearly, she just said no to him. And you can see how he acts. Let's go in. Let's get into it. Here we go.
I'm telling you, like,
With the magical math that I'm mathing is that she might not got custody of her kids. She can't. Because how you...
This is a man, by the way, I need to pause it right there because this is hilarious and you're not going to really, you will not, the irony of this is the same man who complained about CPS coming to his house. He said that. He said they came to his house. The whole thing went on for weeks or months or something like that. But he has the nerve to want to throw smoke at Marie, Lucky Marie, and it's the weirdest thing. I'm just sitting back and I'm like saying, "Damn, you know, I don't agree with a lot of shit that Lucky Marie talks about, but I'm not doing this kind of shit. This is like, wait a minute, bro, you guys are supposed to be on the same crew. Listen to them. Listen to how these dudes sound, these Manosphere dudes sound when they don't get what they want. Here we go.
If you ain't working no big, that's why y'all ass thirsting around on YouTube looking for some extra EBT bucks, right? You looking for some EBT bucks on YouTube and looking at her channel, because I just scrolled down. She barely even making 1,000 views out the bell. So she ain't really hitting on shit, right? So she ain't making that much money to the point where they disqualify her from getting EBT.
They're on the same crew. Or were. I don't know where they're at now. That's what happens when you tell them no. And it happens again. This shit happens again. Watch.
What you think?
Wow.
It's good, ain't it?
This is the best thing you've ever made. For real, where'd you get the recipe?
Cooking with Kaya.
Remember Cooking with Kaya? I mean, these dudes, she was the red pill queen for a while. Remember? She was the red pill queen. I mean, what I mean is like, she really, I mean, she just cooking with Kaya, I'm going to take your man because they're going to cook for him and all that kind of, she would do all that, right? And they used her as a weapon against other black women, which they see she cooks and all this kind of stuff. And she's, you know, submissive and all this kind of stuff. Now let's keep it going.
What?
You made for her right now.
Bro, she a chef. I'm just
cooking with Kayla. Cooking with Kayla. Andrea.
Where'd you hear that song from?
I don't know. I just saw a girl on TikTok. She just said cooking with Kaya. And then.
Are you serious?
What?
You're joking. Caleb, why are you watching that?
cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya.
Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya.
Here we go, cooking with Carter. Cooking with Carter. What are you doing?
Why are you singing that?
Singing what?
The song.
Bro, I'm just trying to start my own cooking videos.
Where'd you hear that song?
I didn't hear from anything.
Cooking with Ryan. Cooking with Ryan.
Y'all don't understand how rare it is for me to cry.
So here's Kaya, and this is what happens after this. So she unfortunately picked a bandit to get in a relationship with. She wasn't in a committed relationship because she made that clear. But the bandit did a lot of crap. So let me play in.
Like it's so rare. I hate crying. Last time I really, really cried was when my sister died. Ever since then, nothing really like affects me. Like nothing could get worse than that. So it's just like all the hate and everything. Like nothing affects me no more. Like it's like I have no feelings no more.
To go online and tell your boyfriend he has nothing to go on for himself and that he's not established and that every time you was finna kick him out, you felt bad, so you let him stay? because you got feelings for him, but you still let him stay. And then to double down on the embarrassment, you got on here and said that every time you told him that you didn't want to be in a relationship, he broke down.
Basically, this dude named Zay is like this. The dude, what's weird is that dude didn't have a pot to piss in. So he moved in with Kaya. And he didn't do shit. He just sat there and ate her food, used up her light bill, you know. And she got tired of it. She just wanted him to do something. She wanted him to be a man. And he refused.
Down and start crying. And then to make it worse, you say, I ain't never seen anybody cry like that before, so I felt bad. That's kind of fucking wild to me. All because you was dancing at a party and you was letting a nigga smack your too. But
and see, he did that on purpose, where he misrepresented the actual event. She didn't like say slap my booty or whatever. The guy did it without permission. And it's funny because if she would have pressed charges, the same dude, Zay, would have been like, why do you press charges on my nigga? You know what I mean?
let this be a lesson to all my fellas that you should not and you do not get in a relationship until you have your finances in order. If you
Bars, he's right. And what's funny is that why doesn't he get his finances in order? That's the funny part, is why is he acting like an expert now? Everybody, I mean, the dude must be nearly 30. How do you not figure out that you're supposed to, if you wanted to be in a committed relationship? Well, shit, when you're 30, you have your finances together anyway, regardless. What, you supposed to be broke? Just walking around broke?
look a certain type of way, make a certain type of money. Just be prepared for when another man that has more money than you, all right, that has more success than you, that is more established in his career than you, be prepared or have that kind of fucking in the back of your mind. You're like, hey, if the right nigga come around, my bitch is gone. Like clearly gone. And you might be.
See, that's the problem when he said my and B, really B. Basically, the thing is that these men, as you can see, they literally think a woman's supposed to just stay with them no matter what. The guy can just be not having a job, not having a car, not having a way to get around, and just leech off of a woman, and that woman's just supposed to just continue to take it for years and years.
Be hurting for a little while, my nigga, but at the end of the day, I promise you, you won't even give a fuck. You feel me? You gonna get your blessings and you gonna win in the end.
I was respectful enough to tell him, I still want this, but I just want you to go get established. That's all I was asking for. I just want him to get established. To the point where I kept telling him, like, yo, I got so fed up. I was literally telling him, like, go hang out with boys. You have friends out here. Like, get out the house. You don't got to stay with me 24/7. Like, I don't know. I just got frustrated. It's just, yeah, I am too young. I just got frustrated of carrying the weight. Yeah, I couldn't do nothing. Like, he didn't let me do nothing. Like, oh my God.
Well, basically, this is what happened. She was nice enough to let him move in, and then he tried to control everything, though he had not a freaking pot to piss in. Had no job, had no money, no car. He just went there and just leached off of her and really thought he could just continue doing that. And she was nice, like she was going to give him a chance. But he wasn't doing shit. And he still felt entitled to be around this woman. That's just mind-blowing.
It was so bad. But anyways, like I said, I'm not going to speak on his situation.
It's kind of messed up, man.
Listen to that. Now, this is the school of homosexual living. Listen.
It's kind of messed up, man. How they treat you when you don't have it, when they want you established.
You know what I'm saying? But it's cool though, because, you know, it's all right. Y'all got to understand women who are of this age, you feel me? When they are this age, this is what they going to say, especially when they got clout. Especially when
it's like any woman wants a man who's established. It's like he's making it sound like it's some hard thing to do. You get a decent job, you get decent education, you get a decent job, and you get a decent car, and you get a decent house or apartment, whatever you can do, and that's called being established. And it's funny to me because this dude is a dating coach, and he doesn't even understand. Or he tries to make it, it's not even cold. He's like, oh man, that's cold, man, that she kicked him out because he wasn't shit.
They got clout, they got money, they got celebrities in their DM, a whole bunch of dudes up in their DM, and then they just got you. She said you're not even established. She said that you be chasing her all day pretty much, right?
Yes. That is just a trick.
Playing, you know you're gonna stay the same, right? Man, don't forget, bro. Get the cold starter kit, bro. 72 hours left before it's gone. And when it's gone, it's gone. Link is pinned in the comment section in the description. Don't forget, like my shit, man. I'm gone. Peace.
In town is to be like, yo.
Okay, here we go. Now listen to this shit right here. This guy I can call, in my opinion, a piece of crap. Raped a woman and then talks smack about basically all other women, including Megan. But listen to this.
Oh, I'm pimping these dudes out while you come out in interviews and you're crying. You was on Twitter. You balled to Diddy to DM me. Yo, please.
Wait. Okay,
I'm back with another triggering topic. Now, today I want to talk about the hypocrisy that is DJ Akedemiks, honestly. Now, I think that we all know about DJ Akedemiks and how he rolls his misogynistic and anti-Black rants and rants that specifically target Black women. He always has nothing but disrespect and disdain and degradation to offer the Black woman specifically. Now, I don't know if anyone has been keeping up with the drama regarding the Diddy Smex tape featuring.
Let me pause it right there. Yes. Daphne Joy was one of Diddy's, how should I put it, many pieces. And which is scary because I think they said Diddy has some type of disease. So it's hard for me to believe that maybe she doesn't. But let's put it this way. I wouldn't take my chances. So anyway, let's continue. So she got with the male escort, probably the one who, remember that male escort, the guy who kept saying that Cassie gave him some type of something that he can't get rid of or something like that. So what if this is the same male escort that Daphne Joy messed with?
Daphne Joy and Diddy and some man that they hired allegedly, I guess. Side note, let me say that this is just a side note, but let me say that running across a bajillion screenshots of Diddy's minute man meat, wow. I can honestly see why he vicariously wanted to live through the penises of other men and watch them engage with the women that he was involved with. Now, do I think that it was horrible and abusive and terrible and all of that? All I'm saying is look in the mirror and seeing that Vienna sausage, I can understand why he was angry all the time. But yeah, my flappers were gasted, like honestly, because as bad as I thought it was when I heard people insinuate that he was lacking in the packing, I just would have never, ever, ever thought that it would have been that terrible. Yeah. But honestly, I felt like viewing the clips that everyone had posted everywhere, I felt like Daphne Joy was acting like she wasn't really into what she was doing. Like, I felt like it was an all-in act. It was all in the performance. It was also that she could collect her pay at the end of the day. But Then I decided, because I heard people saying a lot of stuff about her Instagram page. And I went to her Instagram page, and it really
Good. Instagram page, basically you can see she's basically showing it all. At the very least, as much as any other, female rapper or Megan. And not only that, but she has no talent. She doesn't sing. She's not a millionaire.
seemed like her Instagram page. This is just my thoughts and opinions. Everything's all alleged. I don't know anything about anything, okay? After that, post sexually suggestive pictures and videos and show her behind. I was very confused by that. I don't know, because I'm just thinking to myself, like, sister, which one is it? Are you a unwilling participant?
Let me bring up something real quick. Hold on one. Give me a minute. Give me a minute here. Give me a minute here. Video phone. Not that one. Not that one. I want to go. Where'd it go? Where did I put it? Oh, I know. Okay, got it. 1 second, y'all. Nope, it's not there. Videos. If I can't find it on this run, I'll just keep it going. Okay, let me just keep going then. But basically, so he's calling her Daphne Joy.
Can't donate to my cash app above that will support the channel. That's no problem at all.
Let me keep it going.
Okay, so it's been great spending time with you guys. I just love the way you love my baby. Keep on loving her. And Lover Loses out right now. She has Don't Play It Safe, another single.
So she's getting a high paid thought. Exactly. That's putting it nicely. I said what I said. Basically, bottom line is this is that. So that's Diddy.
That's coming out. We're gonna drop
C, right? So it's funny how these men they call, Meg the Stallion, a thought and all this kind of stuff, but then turn around and call a full-time thought a class act.
Something once a month, and she.
Yo, Ak, is that you, nigga? What you doing with Diddy's ex?
I'm back.
So the important thing to find out here is this, is that Akedemiks is another man that calls other men simps and is disrespectful about black women. Did you know he spent $4,000 on a date with a woman that made her, I guess her job is to be shared by other men? Isn't that ironic? But they all do it. It's not just Ak. not just
man that is used to having to pay for any type of real proximity to women, especially attractive women, or if he wants some.
Miami is, to me, a clown. Oh, hey, let's go work on music while they were trying to fuck Nicki.
Even go off the deep end. Let me show y'all some clips, and I'll be right back.
Listen, check this out.
The word out on Meg Thee Stallion ever since she got in the game was that she was a pass around. 2 cups of Henny and it's lit.
Okay, remember now, he's calling Daphne Joy a class act.
Oh, she was never really seen serious, and people always said that. Unlike, say, like a Nicki Minaj, who many people tried to entice with, like, oh, hey, let's go work on music while they were trying to fuck. Nicki never fucked them.
Let me just keep going.
You could get Meg Thee Stallion, you know what I mean? Just tell her you got a bottle of goddamn Hennessy. Like, you know what I mean? If you got that Hennessy, you would
Remember now, he never got with Meg Thee Stallion, which is another point. So you can hear him defaming Meg Thee Stallion. But giving grace and respect to a woman who literally, that's her full-time job, is to sleep with other men for money.
Seeing Meg Thee Stallion, you get what I'm saying? And that's just the reality of it. So her reputation is much different from some of the people. I keep telling you, Young Miami is, to me, a clown. Right? She's a one-trick pony. She is not talented to do anything else.
By the way, the 2 women he's talking about, Meg Thee Stallion and Young Miami, have more money than he does.
Only act in town is to be like, yo, I'm pimping these dudes out. While you
remember, I need to keep reminding you that this guy is accused of grape.
come out in interviews and
there is a court case going on.
Crying. You was on Twitter. You balled to Diddy to DM me. Yo, please stop. He's calling me a side chick. Am I your side chick, Diddy? Diddy. No, answer me.
Now, Young Miami is a very interesting bring up, because basically Young Miami at the very least was doing the exact same thing that the class act Daphne Joy was doing with Diddy.
Me, Diddy. Am I your side chick? With all due respect, you are a pretty girl, but there's a lot of pretty girls. Beauty, especially seeing all these girls get lip fillers. They're wearing fake hair. That ain't her hair, right? They get some implants. They put their knees up to their neck. Like, it's easy to create the idea of beauty that a man would be appealed by. So what makes you special? Is it because you had some fame? No, Diddy's messed with way more famous women than you. He had J-Lo, for God's sakes. What makes you special? I'm going to tell you, if you disagree with me, it's because you don't know no niggas in the industry, because I talk to these niggas. Like, what is it about this girl? You know what they say? A chick like Young Miami is just a super freak. She do everything. Put like this. Self-respect is the kryptonite of rich niggas. Women. Self-respect is the kryptonite of...
This is a guy who, this man right here, DJ Ag, I've heard some people say he's got something he can't get rid of either. And of course, he has that grape thing. And he's accused, of course, of cheating a lot.
Rich niggas. They don't want to be around you when you're saying, I'm not doing that. The women who are in the game, they know this too. If you want to get in the game, first you got to hit that plateau of how good you look. Once
Remember,
you're above
this guy, his music career went nowhere. He hasn't made any tracks that hit. He hasn't done shit, but he's telling everybody else what to do. Just keep that in mind.
The bar on how good you look, how far you go with these men in the industry will revolve around how little you say no. These days, women have these really ignorant slogans to kind of like make whatever bullshit they got going on socially acceptable. Hey, I'm outside. Okay, that means I'm a whore. I'm young and I'm turned. That means I'm young and racking up bodies. Straight up. Like, you know what I mean? These things are kind of... Now,
it's funny that he's talking about women racking up bodies when he outdoes the women that are racking up bodies.
It's really like you can just see through it. NBA players are the biggest tricks in the world. I know 2 James Harden is paying their mortgage, gang. Like, stop it. These are tricks.
And it's funny to me that he just thinks there's nothing wrong with him. He thinks there's nothing wrong with himself, but all these other people have all these problems. Even And all the people he talks about, he reminds me of Corey Holcomb, where they talk shit about people that have more than they do in every department.
And rappers are tricks too. I've yet to find the streamer that's a crazy trick.
Like, playing with y'all. Gangsta.
So for the dinner, nigga, the dinner cost me $3,000. Was it $3,000 or $4,000 for me? Nigga, we didn't even eat. We just.
So she got him. Daphne Joy, she saw herself a lick, and she got him good. She knows he's a piece of shit, but she got that game down. She got that 304 game down. Talk nice. He even knows it too. Talk nice. $4,000 dinner. He needs that for his freaking court case.
Film the fucking episode. It just shows. Huh? Huh? Try what?
Like carpaccio thing?
Bro, I want a chicken tender, bro. I don't wonder what that is. Like,
Really good. It's actually really good.
look at Chloe. She loves this shit. Look at her. Look at her. Yo, we're trying to get out of here.
Really good though. You should really try it. You're gonna love it.
Just tell them to box it. We out of here.
Now, I think the way that he spoke of Young Miami, calling her a 304 and Diddy's concubine, it's crazy because if that's what she was, what the heck is Daphne Joy? We have actual video
Bars.
footage of her getting a train ran on her at Diddy's request. And then you see how he was speaking about Megan Thee Stallion, talking down on her, saying that she's for the streets. That's what she's known for. And he has a million videos out there of saying like no man should be with her. But yet he is out here caked up with Daphne Joy.
Remember Daphne Joy, who had a train ran on her more than once, probably. She got paid for it though, which is good.
Knowing that this woman would never allow him to be in her space unless she could help him out or unless he could help her out financially or in some other way. And in my opinion, like I said, Daphne Joy is very smart and calculated because going on his show where there's nothing but incels, self-hating black men, and all of those type of things are his followers and his fan base, his main supporters. Then you also go on Cam Newton's show, which is basically the same type of fan base and also self-hating black men. And what you do is you push into the stereotypes that black men already believe about other races of women. And now you can clean up your image. And now you can have access to even more black men.
Exactly. Look, she ain't been around Akedemiks for more than a month. She got $4,000 dinner out of them. Who knows how much more money? I mean, this is, I need to bring up, and it's very important for me to bring this up because all that shit talking Black Manosphere men do, and they are the biggest simps of all because they're literally, it's one thing they call, I mean, just think about it. They call Russell Wilson, who's been married for 10 years now, a simp. But these dudes are spending hella money, including Future, on women that that's not going to be around for probably no more than a week, 2 months, or a month. She lied and said she was in love with Diddy, but she wasn't. He might have manipulated her. But I mean, what is she talking about? She had trains run on her. I mean, that's what she said. And Ak is talking about him being the prize. I mean, her being the prize. over Megan, a self-made woman, which is probably what bothers him. She's a multimillionaire. I'm not saying she's got trillions or billions, but she's got a tasty bit of millions. She can buy a house whenever she wants to buy a house. She can buy a car whenever she wants to buy a car. She has so many different things. She got her own little franchise going on. She got a whole lot of shit going on. A lot more than Daphne Joy does. That's why the Black Manosphere is full of shit. They show Daphne absolutely no smoke. But she gets, there was that thing that, what is it? King Kong ain't got nothing on me. Well, same thing. Look, you can call Megan whatever you want to call her. Megan ain't, when it comes to the hold'em, Megan ain't got nothing on Daphne Joy. If you think Megan got numbers, oh my God. Daphne did that in a night. All the numbers you niggas out there talk shit about Megan having, Daphne did that in one night. What do you think a Diddy party is about? Do you see the hypocrisy? Let me keep going. Here we go.
And you can just, like I said, you can squeaky clean that image up. And my thing is that thing that black women don't.
Took that nigga's money. It's funny because she is the consummate gold digger. Nothing against Daphne. Hey, look, Daphne, get what you can. Get what you can. I hate that motherfucker. So you take all his money. But she's a consummate gold digger, and these guys despise gold diggers. Unless they're not black. See how that works? You see how that works? Simp and a half. This was brought to you by You're Triggered.
Boo, boo, boo. And if you can't donate to my cash.
Let me get this out of the way. There we go. This is brought to you by You're Triggered. So make sure you support her channel. Let me keep it going.
Live stream there. Follow your girl on YouTube. Hype my. I really love to hear from y'all. So please drop your thoughts, comments, and feelings down below.
What's up, you guys? Thank you so much for tuning in to your brother Trey with Unpopular Opinions. Let's jump right into the video, you guys.
So I just think right now, to be honest with you,
Kevin did it too. You know Brittany Renner's reputation, right? Brittany Renner had a reputation of being a 304 herself and being a gold digger herself. Oh, wow, that was so bad. That was both so bad. Did you know, did Kevin Samuels have Michelle Obama on his show? No. Did he have any black women on there that with degrees or anything like that? No. Guess who he did by it? Bringing, why is seeking knowledge in the house? It's good seeing you. But man, oh man, let me see. You know what he brought? He brought him some Brittany Winner. You see how simple and stupid these men are? You see how stupid these men are?
like ever since I had my son, it was the first, no, I lied. Because when I was pregnant, I used to watch your lives. And so when you would talk about, yeah, really helpful stuff. When I would watch your Instagram lives, you would pose so many questions that I did not have the answer to. I'm 29. And when I would listen to you, and people would get triggered, but I'm like, when you really sit down and you take away tone, you take away whatever people think about you, it's actually very helpful if you're willing to listen, but a lot of people don't listen.
So the people you've mentioned, Wendy Williams, and then even your persona, do you relish being the rebel?
I love it.
So Remember, Kevin Samuels talked shit about Michelle Obama. Shan's World in the house. Good seeing you. He talked dirty smack about Michelle Obama. But here he is sucking up to Brittany Renner. Again, I feel the same way about Brittany as I do about Joy. In fact, you know, Brittany, get that money, work these niggas' money. But I find it weird that they literally have the women that they disrespect the most, that they say they disrespect the most, they have on their show. That's why he's a fraud. Was a fraud, I should say. And he ended up, and it's funny because he ended up the way he was bound to end up. Old man, poor health, with a 304. I don't know about you, but I don't want to go out like that. Some guys go, oh, well, that was a great way to... No, it's not. No, it's not.
I mean, what can I say, though? You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, we're just a bunch of people that don't have what other people have and, you know, kind of judging them, which, you know, it's not bad because in this day and age, and almost anything is possible. Anything is possible these day and ages.
You grew up or you were born in Ohio,
Yes.
right?
Ontario, Ohio.
And then you moved to Mississippi.
Yeah, and we all know that Anton Daniels talks some smack about women, right? Look at him.
Just Springs, Mississippi.
Why did you move to Mississippi?
My mom was in an abusive relationship and she had asked us like, hey, do you guys want to move down south with your grandparents? And at the time we just thought we were moving to be with our grandparents, had no idea what she was going through. So she had asked if we randomly wanted to move to Mississippi, and we did. And what I also didn't understand when I wrote the book too was how controlling my grandma was and how she kicked my...
The secret is this. When these men think they can get something from a woman, that woman is a resource. Not that they haven't even gotten to the part where they like the woman or not. They're okay with that. But see, a lot of men know they're not going to be with Meg Thee Stallion. In fact, the fact that Meg Thee Stallion was with Clay, even though Clay has not the best past himself, they know they're not Clay. Most of the men know they're not Clay. So that probably made them even more incensed. And when she made the speech about not putting up with Clay's bullshit, that made them even more incensed. They hate independent women. This mother...
My mom like out of the picture and was like, you aren't consistent. We don't like, basically just wouldn't let my mom involved.
You know, you've had a lot of changes in your life.
I have. Alhamdulillah for that.
So you were, I tried to give you a hug earlier.
Yes.
And you were like, no,
access denied.
You can't do hugs.
You know.
This is part of your faith.
Yeah, and I mean, just what makes me comfortable. Like,
No,
I don't
know. Fuck, I'm.
So it's weird.
Like, very much the same person.
So according to Daily Mail, Klay Thompson allegedly complained about Megan Thee Stallion being too ghetto and too loud, reportedly saying, I'm tired of this ghetto-ness.
Remember, we just confirmed on the last video, on the last live stream, that Myron, or whatever his Eastern name is bi. He likes men too. And he was probably jealous of Megan getting with one of his crushes. Because I guarantee you, Myron would smash Clay in a minute if he was given the chance.
Sources claim he spoke negatively about her behind her back and privately criticized the way she acts and speaks. I mean, are we surprised at this point? Like, you know?
So it's funny to me to see a loser like Myron, who basically his one girlfriend that he had, he only's been with one woman, like in a relationship with one woman. He sleeps around a lot. He's got a shitload of bodies, but he's only been with one woman. And the funny thing is that he's jealous of that, you know, Megan was able to get with Clay and he wasn't. He wanted Clay. He really did. I'm being sincere. So it's funny that you're seeing the self-hate and you're seeing the anger, and it, unfortunately, it's pointed towards black women. These men say, and as you remember, if you remember earlier in the live stream, when I was playing the Metcaf stuff and the Chud stuff, if you were to mix these back and forth, Deontay, it's good seeing you. Back and forth like this, you know, my tapes back and forth, the insults would be about even, from the most racist things that Metcalf was saying or Chud was saying. They're no worse than what these red pill black men say. No worse at all. In fact, the difference is racists usually say something and they just say it. Either they'll call you the N-word or they'll call you lazy or something like that, and then they'll just let it go. Black red pill men, they try to sell the shit. They'll make memes. Well, they make racists make memes too, but they'll make memes. They'll continue and see, you know what I mean, and then they'll make a whole show about it. I remember when Kevin Samuels made that show about Eartha Kitt. It was the most disgusting crap ever. I think they took it down, but if they didn't, I'm sure going to grab it and show you it on how because it'll show you how disgusting he was. But let me keep it going. Here we go.
I'll tell you right here. It was probably around this moment that this said, yeah, bro, I'm good.
Now, here's the funny thing. I know these guys aren't this stupid. Clay knows who the hell Megan is. He knows who she is. What? Do you really believe he didn't know who she was? She's having a great time. She's at a freaking party. She's at an event. She's not in the courtroom. She didn't do this shit in the courtroom. I can tell you that. She's out there to have some fun. Clay's probably thinking that Clay looks like he has like, damn, I just cheated on her. That's what he looks like to me. Why is he acknowledge Myron couldn't keep a woman? He wouldn't take too much time before she realizes she's only a beard. Bars. Black women are the whooping victims of everyone, and yet we still prevail and kick butt. That is sure true, because there are a lot of beautiful black women playing some tennis right now. Let me say, they are kicking butt. And let me tell you something. You should hear the cheers those non-black people give those black women. Well, you should hear the cheers they gave the exotical black woman. Dang, forgot her name. But anyway, this weekend. But when she won her tennis, they gave Coco the same love. Oh my God. Oh man. So yeah, black men, you keep doing. If you want to alienate black women and have them go elsewhere, fine. You do that. Me myself, I'm going to give them the same love everybody else does that respects black women. Let me keep it going.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, then it goes like, yep, I'm out of here. Bro.
This is a male whore talking about a millionaire woman that he can't even go in the rooms she can go into. She was doing she does more endorsements in one day than this motherfucker does in a year for much higher quality people. Let me just put that into perspective. Let me keep it going because he ain't smack. Let's see what he's saying about LeVar Ball.
The bottom line is, the more time you invest, the more money you invest, the more resources you invest in her, all that does is makes you more connected, not necessarily her. And she can leave at any time, especially when you're no longer.
See, he's talking about LeVar Ball, which is funny to me because LeVar Ball is one of the most cruelest people to his men that you could ever see. Let me go back here, though. I need to
So
go
according
back.
to Daily Mail, Klay Thompson allegedly complained about Megan Thee Stallion being too.
By the way, Daily Mail is not the best resource, by the way.
When a woman say
they're being basically sued by just about everybody for false information. And I'm still have yet to see Klay come out and go, yeah, she's this and that. I have still yet to see that. I want this gentleman to break some things down to you, and then we're going to move forward. Here we go.
no longer putting up with it, and I no longer want to accept the unfair deal. I no longer want to be a wife. Y'all want to get your Kleenex and your Charmin, and you want to throw your pacifier across the room, spill milk out of your sippy cup, rip your bib off your neck, whining. Megan, y'all supposed to want to be wives, but y'all don't want to be husbands, bruh.
Y'all go ahead. Listen to Megan all you want. All that wifey shit is dead. Put that shit to bed. Y'all can keep listening to these female rappers all you want. Lil Wayne was my favorite rapper, bro. You hear me? I never once thought about a face tattoo. I never thought about banging blood. I never thought about doing any of the horrible things he talked about in his raps. I was just entertained. But you gals, y'all think hot girl life is the way you're supposed to live. Y'all think the way Cardi B tells y'all how to be is how to be. It's not, baby. I mean,
I guarantee you, if you look at this guy's record, he has a record. I guarantee you. And it's probably for something against women.
hope y'all keep hoeing, because you know,
So I had to alter the music in that video to avoid copyright strike infringement. But I guess that's a new Meg Thee Stallion song that's getting ready to come out. So she released a little snippet of it on her Instagram, TikTok that has gone viral. And you got some of these dudes out here doing their little thought pieces, their little reaction videos to it, feeling some type of way about the lyrics, because she basically quoted, all that wifey stuff is dead, put that stuff to bed. And just like this dude in the video, he talking about, see, when I grew up, you know, Lil Wayne was my favorite rapper, but I knew not to get face tattoos. I knew how to, you know, differentiate entertainment to real life reality. And I just like, I be sitting up here listening to some of y'all dudes and looking at these reaction videos. And it's like, y'all think women don't have the same brain capacity to do the same thing? Like, oh, buddy, in that video, it's like, what you think, dude? You think women walking around here twerking all over the place?
Right.
You know, twerking at the Walmart, twerking at the Kroger, at H-E-B, Publix, twerking at the Publix. Like, you think women just go around there twerking all over the place? Like, is that what y'all really think about women, dude? And y'all doing these little goofy reaction videos, you know, these little hit pieces, you know, but it's like, what about all these dudes that's been rapping about women since the 80s, the 90s, all these decades of hip hop.
Yep.
Like, where's the think pieces on that? Like, you had Rick Ross talking about, I put a Molly in a drink. She ain't even know. We went home and had fun. She don't even know. Like, where's the think pieces on that? I don't know if that was Ross or Future. They one and the same to me.
He got that right. But yeah, basically that's the thing. What we're looking at is a double standard with a big dish of double standard with a big helping of hypocrisy. That's what we're looking at. So
this real quick, man. Leave your comment down below, and I'll holler at y'all at the next video. God bless. Peace. Be good.
No one expected 35-year-old Iggy Azalea makes a shocking announcement. She's officially in a new relationship. This marks her 5th serious romance. Let's revisit her 4 high-profile exes. First up, A$AP Rocky. They bonded over shared music industry connections, and Iggy famously tattooed Live, Love, A$AP as a tribute to him. But following 8 months together, things fell apart. In a dramatic post-split statement, Iggy had the A$AP portion permanently removed via laser treatment. Second, Nick Young. The basketball player popped the question to Iggy in 2015, and they became paparazzi favorites everywhere. But scandal erupted when security footage surfaced, showing Nick confessing to infidelity, and worse still, he'd impregnated another woman.
So he got his white queen, right? Who was famous and a multimillionaire, right? And that still wasn't enough for the nigga. He still had to cheat. So the theory there, I mean, I'm not an Iggy fan at all. And I mean, she made one hit. I don't like her, don't dislike her. It's just I don't follow her, you know? And so where's the smoke for her? Because, you know, basically the same thing that happened to her happened to Megan. Dude cheated on her. It doesn't matter how famous, and because remember now, he's a nobody. I mean, he was a DJ, but he wasn't like nobody super famous or nothing. Not at Iggy's level. See, that's the problem that a lot of us don't have. A lot of us men, don't have. When is enough enough? When is enough? Like, I'm good. Like, a woman walks up, but you're married or you're in a serious relationship. When do you ever say I'm good and mean it and seriously mean it? Nobody. Yeah, I mean, we're not good. We're never good. It's never going to be that way. And that's why black women move on. Why don't you just understand that? Well, that's why women in general move on. Most of you red pill dudes, you can't stop cheating. And then somehow you forget you did that. So then you still get mad at women in general, even though you can't keep your D in your pants. You just can't do it. The infidelity is part of the relationship for you. And you could call me a simp or whatever. I'm just telling you the truth. That's just funny to me. How you can blow a good thing even when it's your good thing. We're not even talking about black women here. She was willing to be with him for whatever, and he's a nobody. He couldn't even pay the light bill. He didn't have to pay the light bill. She was a multimillionaire. You know, she might have had some fake hair, some fake hips, and some other shit, but it's, remember, you guys give white women a pass on that. They can wear wigs. So when is enough enough? That's the problem you have. That's why you're in the manosphere now. You can never have enough. You can never be happy with just one woman. You just can't. That's your ultimate problem. Is you just can't be happy with one woman. You just can't. That's your issue. If you want to know why you're unhappy all the time, that is why. You're just it's you. There's something about you that makes you unhappy. Let me repeat that one more time. There's something about you that's making you unhappy. It has nothing to do with anybody else. Because when you think back and you say, oh, wow, these women there, she loved me, or blah, blah, blah. You probably cheated on her, or you probably did something wrong. Because what? Black men, we got black women outnumbered. I mean, undernumbered. They outnumbered us. So it's not like they're going to, you think, you want to have that little Kevin Samuels myth that, oh, black women, they get divorced, blah, 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 blah. That's, first of all, with a DV rate, domestic V rate of 50%, that's bad enough as it is. And then if you pull a Klay Thompson, well, then what do you expect? They're just supposed to stay through that shit. You know, you want to pull a Snoop Dogg, right? You want to pull a Snoop Dogg and just keep cheating for 30 years and shit. And you just expect him to be around. Or LeVar Ball. Treat women like crap. He even got he ain't even with a black woman. Treat her like crap for years. She finally just threw in the the towel. I'm out. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, really, for real. I mean, look, you can't even say black women anymore. She had the dump dude. She had the dump dude. Let me play this. Let me play that.
It's everywhere. But scandal erupted when security footage surfaced showing Nick confessing to infidelity. And worse still, he'd impregnated another woman. Iggy canceled the engagement instantly. Zero tolerance shown. Third, Playboy Cardi. Despite a 7-year age difference, Iggy...
So when Iggy shows no tolerance, there's no smoke. But when Megan shows no tolerance, oh, now you got a problem. Now she's a 304. For real? Really? That's what we're doing?
Third, Playboy Cardi. Despite a 7-year age difference, Iggy and Cardi became engaged and welcomed a son together. But December 2020 exploded when Iggy unleashed a social media tirade, branding him worthless for neglect.
I think that Angel Reese elicits...
He neglected his own child. That's what was going on. So let's see.
A really disgusting side of the internet. She bothers...
Wait, let me play this.
I think that Angel Reese elicits a really disgusting side of the internet. She bothers men in a way that is so fascinating to me. Her presence, her play, her photos, her hair, like her podcast, everything she does irritates men so much.
I don't think it's just men.
Not all men. Not all men. But the way that Angel Reese has been positioned like this villain is, it's so bizarre to me. Like she asked for it. Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark are important for the league. They both do the same thing. Do you not see Caitlin yelling at referees? Do you not see Caitlin being physical, talking shit after she makes a shot? They do the same thing.
Love it, by the way. And with Angel. I think
and it should be.
Yeah.
But Angel is the one who gets the
blame.
Criticism.
Yeah.
Right. And we know why.
Well, congratulations, Naomi. You can see you've had a standing ovation. That was such a special performance out here. You've beaten the top seed, the world number one. Just give us your thoughts on your performance out here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
Welcome, Naomi Osaka. They went in hard on her for having a black party. a black party because she wanted to be around people that looked like her. And she just beat the number one seed in the world. Oh man, you don't understand. That's a big deal. Let me just keep spinning the mix.
I think it was a really fun match. I'm really grateful for even if I lost, I would still think it was a great match. But no, it was really fun. And, you know, for me, this court is so special. This is the first match I've won on this court. So it means a lot, and thank you guys so much. I really appreciated the atmosphere, and my mom's over there. She's yeah, just I was saying, like, she cooks a lot, and
Let me stop her right there. But yeah, so, you know, and she makes it clear. What I like about Naomi is that she doesn't, unlike red pill black men, she doesn't distance herself from her black side or her black race, whatever you want to call it. She embraces that, which a lot of black men can't even do for themselves that live here in the manosphere. So it's refreshing to see somebody who doesn't necessarily need to do that. Anyway, I think that's enough, you know, that's enough for tonight. We're 2 hours. Let me see what else I got on here. Let me see if I got something else on here. But I think let me see here. But I like
second match, Osaka. 2 sets to that. 6-2.
The race card?
Yeah, I played everything, I think. So basically, oh yeah, we got to talk about this. Okay, everybody. No, I'm on for a minute. I'm going to be on here for a minute. Because this really bothered me. Let me just spin the tape.
I want to say categorically, these allegations and accusations that have been circulating about me are false. It's important to clarify that Francesca and I have never been anything more than friends and respected colleagues.
Notice how old Big Tigger didn't say nothing about beating the tar out of his wife. That's already fishy.
All of us from the late 90s and 2000s grew up on Big Tigger, whose real name is Darian Morgan.
Now, this is the saddest thing in the world. This is the saddest thing, but it comes from a man that he said he changed, but he didn't. He doesn't realize he's literally defending abuse by making this video.
Remember Rap City, In the Basement, shows like that. You all knew a young Big Tigger who basically had Black America popping during those seasons. And he's really been doing really well. on TV and radio, and now living in Atlanta. Now, this is his first time being married, but the chick he decided to marry was a lady by the name of Alicia Brown. And if you guys can remember, she came out with some photos or video actually of her being like really bruised and beat up, and then basically accusing in a passive aggressive way Big Tigger of doing this to her.
Well, the question is the question, Mr. Celebrity Junk, is then who bruised her? Because it sounds like what you're trying to do is make a narrative that she did that to herself, because that is, let me just listen to what you're saying here.
Big Tigger basically had to come out and deny this on the Big Tigger radio show. And she also...
Big Tigger's wife came out and alleged that there was an assault/domestic violence incident that happened back in May that was so bad that she needed to seek medical attention for. She also told us that he was having an affair with his co-host, and that led to the police opening up a domestic violence investigation against Big Tigger.
And it's also important to know that, like as the clip said, she accused him of having an affair with his morning show host, Francesca.
I don't care about the see, what I care about is what I saw, which was a bruised woman. Why is everybody like jumping over the bruised woman part and focusing on the cheating part, which I guarantee, with my spidey senses, and they've been really, really good to me, I guarantee you he's been doing the same. I guarantee you he's been pulling the same Snoop Dogg shit on her. I'm not going to say it was with this woman, but I'm going to say that he did. Welcome to the stage, Deontay. I'm going to say that for sure that he did. It's just, the odds are just in it's not really in her favor. It's just in the favor of life, where 50% of men in our community, unfortunately, bebop women in our community. So, you know, quite honestly, that and the bruises, that's all I need. I just need stats and bruises. Deontay, what are you thinking about tonight? What are your thoughts?
I'm highly disappointed in Big Tigger. And what O'Shea was saying was correct earlier. Big Tigger had a huge hit show on BET. It was Rap City in the Basement. And I mean, we all used to love that show. Like, you know, he would freestyle with the rappers back when they really had to freestyle. You know, Tigger could freestyle. He would be in there, you know, going in and out with him. He was always cool. But, you know, I've also learned in my age, like, not to be super surprised when these things happen, because it could be anybody, you know. But did you see the video of what happened?
I didn't see the video footage. So is there video of him, you know, putting hands and feet on her?
It was so it was like a ring video or some kind of security video, and they were having an argument over something that he had that she was trying to get. I don't know what it was, but either way, it was this huge mirror, like a wall, like the whole wall was a mirror. So the camera was pointed at the wall, like the mirror, so you could see everything that happened. And the reason she got that bruise on her face is because basically she had something of his that she was trying to look at, and he was trying to take it from her. You can hear audio of it too. And
Oh,
he
I
basically,
think it was his phone. I think it was his phone.
I think it was his phone or it had to be his phone. Either way, he pushed her, and when he did, she went her face first right into like the door, like boom. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's over with for you, Big Tigger. Like, so that's that's crazy.
Let me see if I can bring up that. Yeah,
I know TMZ had it. That's how I had seen it.
Okay. Well, I mean, let's see here. Let's see if I can bring that up. Is that it? This footage. That ain't it. Footage. Where is it at? Oh, here. I think this person has it.
Riva, and I'm back again with another video.
Oh, this is weird. Riva says something. She's an evil person. She's an evil person.
As we know, well-known BET TV host, most famously known for Rap City The Basement, Big Tigger, was actually arrested, okay? And by the time I found out he was arrested, he was already let out.
So let me move forward because I don't really care what I want to see the footage. Okay, here it is. I think right here.
Any footage or anything that was released that I was giving this commentary.
There you go. Never plug it back up. This is yours.
I am bleeding.
This is yours.
I'm bleeding, so take a picture. No, take a picture.
Now, this sounds crazy, okay? You know, and
That's not what I wanted to see. I wanted to see the damn video.
Get off of me!
Okay, well,
Get off of me!
that's enough.
you know, you're complaining. You're on the internet, you're putting all this stuff out there, and you are basically like trying to make it seem like, you know, he just been putting hands on you, like
He just did. So let me calm down. Riva gets on my last nerves. Let me just calm down. Okay.
I can't believe he tried to defend that. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. If she look, man, if she has you have something on your phone and she got it, it's just bad at that point. You might as well just be like, "Yep, you got me." You know what I'm saying? Like, your thought was, "I'm gonna grab her, get it from her." Okay, that didn't work. So now we struggling.
Right.
And instead of letting her go, I'm just gonna just keep manhandling her until shit, she done hit the damn door. Like, you know.
Right.
I'm laughing at that. I'm laughing like this is how you're thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now, dude.
Yeah.
That's bad.
I mean, yeah. I said what I said, and it said is he basically slammed her to the door. Yeah. I mean, what? And that's the funny thing is that what's bothering me about it, Deontay, is that everybody's talking about the cheating part. And I'm like saying, we're beyond that. He just beat her up. I mean, don't get me wrong, cheating's real bad too. But, you know, I guess they think that she's going to be more amiable towards Tigger if he just only beat her up. I don't get it. I mean, to me, it's like this. I think he was looking at her phone. He was trying to get his phone back, and he slammed her into the whatever, and it's like into the window, the door, and it's like people were like trying to act like he didn't do it. That's what bothered me.
Yeah, I've heard people saying like, well, he didn't mean to to push her into the door like that, but it started because they was just struggling. I'm like, that's the point. What do you mean struggling? You saw how he was wrapped up behind her. He was behind her with his arms wrapped around her, trying to get something from her.
Right.
He couldn't get it, so he's moving her, yanking her around. I mean, it's like, yeah, like, nah, man.
And
It's not working.
okay, let's say it's his phone, right? What is in his phone that he is that he just doesn't want her to see? That's the thing I'm thinking. Is like, what is it in his phone that he's so deadbent to the point where he hurts his wife that he doesn't want her to see? That's the question I have. If you know, I was married, my wife grabbed my phone, it's like, okay, whatever, you know, go ahead. You know, well, number one, it would have a lock on it, but if it was that important, but for the most part, it's like, whatever, give me my phone back when you get done with it. Obviously, he's not being forthcoming. There's something in the phone he doesn't want her to see. And it has to be pretty easy to find. So I assume it's a text. It has to be something easy to find because he wouldn't care. He's like, she ain't gonna find it. You know, he's not being that way. So yeah, this is pretty sad. And to hear this woman defend that, let me play that clip and let's so alleged. And it's funny how it's alleged spousal. We could see this is funny. It's like when we saw Corey, you know, punch that woman. It's like alleged punch. It's like, no, that's a punch. Ring cameras are real good at that.
Footage or anything that was released that I was giving this commentary.
I can't.
There you go. Never plugged it back up. This is yours.
I am bleeding.
This is yours.
I'm bleeding, so take a picture. No, take a picture.
Now, this sounds crazy, okay? You know, and I think that there also needs to be some kind of conversation about when women do provoke men in already strenuous situations, because that's exactly what this sounds like.
Take a picture.
Alicia, stop.
Take a picture.
Alicia, stop.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, like you see, I'm gonna tell you, Reva, that I haven't heard about her in a long time. Like, you know, I forgot she was even still out there, you know, doing this. But for her to say something like that, I mean, that should be a bigger issue. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's bigger than like whatever, you know, men are doing negative, obviously, because they're the ones that's doing it. But if you got a woman right here talking about there should be something about women provoke. I'm like, yeah, no, not like that. If you talking about just provoking any kind of argument or something, that's one thing. But there's no words that anybody can say to you, especially a woman say to a man, that should end with him putting his hands on her. Unless she come out the bathroom without the baby and say, hey, honey, I just did something weird to the baby in the tub and he ain't coming back out. And if he's not, I mean, unless she say those kind of words to you, like, other than that, like, what could you, that doesn't even make sense.
I mean, I'm at a loss of words that Reva actually just like literally, I mean, that's something an abusive dude would say. She's not, you know, you see what I'm saying? That's, let me just play.
Get off of me. Get off of me. Get off of me.
Wow.
You know, you're complaining, you're on the internet, you're putting all this stuff out there, and you are basically like trying to make it seem like, you know, he just been putting hands on you, like hurting you, whatever. But like you literally were like, I'm going to show you psycho, and did things to incite like some kind of confrontation between the two of you.
Take a picture.
Alicia, stop.
Take a picture.
Alicia, stop.
And in him moving you like away from his stuff, you fell into a door and you were acting as though this man literally was, you know, putting hands on you. I'm sure that's probably not what he meant to do, right?
Take a picture.
Wow. I just cannot.
I don't. That is. I don't know what to say about that. Actually, like, I mean, is she really? At first, I thought that maybe she said this statement, and then somebody edited the video to make it look like she was showing it. But she clearly, even if that's true, she clearly seen the video, and she's trying to make it look like trying to. I can't even think of the words to say.
I was like, is she looking at the same video we are? You know?
She gave me. She said she fell into the wall.
She fell into the right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
like
with a little help.
She fell into her face fell on my fist 20 times. Like, no.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Man, this is
Stop. Take a picture. Alicia, stop. Get off of me. Get off of me. Get off of me.
I'm sure that he was actually trying to de-escalate the situation.
Sorry to laugh, but I knew she was going to say something stupid. I'm sure he was trying to de-escalate the situation by throwing me into a window.
She said, "Get off of me" 3 times.
Right.
Then he threw her. Oh yeah, I'm gonna throw. Yeah. Reva is on some super. I mean, this is like, I don't know what to call this. Whatever word y'all put for these type of chicks, man. Like, she that times 100.
You know, it's like this is what I mean. Oh man, I'm just like, to hear it come out of a woman's mouth. We expect it from dudes, right? To hear it come out of a woman's mouth, I will never get used to that. I will never get used to that. I might have to do like, because I know she's not the only one. I think there's a bunch of other red pill women who did the same, who are defending him as well. And then you can understand why there's so much abuse in our community, because, I watch, as I watch a lot of those little crime videos, right? And there's always a Reva in the mix that is willing to defend somebody, a man who's done something heinous. And it's like there's if it happened to her, I guarantee you, if it happened to her, there would be a different story. But if it's happening to somebody else, it's just these women, it's almost like how I talk about the men. It's like, it's like they have there's nothing, there's no soul. There's no soul. I'm telling you. It only changes when it happens to them. Then they get that epiphany. And that's the only time. Who knows? I don't know. I might be wrong. Maybe she's getting hands and feet put on her too. Because it sounds like to me, Reva's got an insightful voice as well. So, maybe she's saying it out of experience of her own self, that she thought, some guy was putting hands and feet on her, and because she was being, she was escalating the situation herself. I don't know, but it sounds really weird to me to hear a woman defend a tape of a man, like this. Let me give you a perfect example. This is a perfect example right here. Let me fast forward this right here.
Take a picture.
Alicia, stop.
Take a picture.
Alicia, stop.
Get off of me.
Let me fast forward.
Do you have a list of things you look for?
I need someone that's God-fearing.
Sean,
Diddy Combs is now facing yet another lawsuit, this time connected to allegations he sexually assaulted a minor. The unidentified former child actor claiming the assault allegedly happened
And then
during.
there's this. So I brought this up because of this.
It's so difficult to reflect.
Remember when everybody was going in on Cassie and calling her a gold digger and she's just trying to get that money and everything until that videotape of Diddy came out? That's how I feel about the Big Tigger. Same thing.
On the darkest times in your life, but sometimes you got to do that. I was up. I mean, I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now.
And what's funny is he wasn't disgusted. We both know he wasn't. Because he was used to doing it to the point. I mean, who's disgusted on doing something like that? But then they grabbed the tape from the, or they thought they got the tape. I mean, if you're disgusted for doing something like that, his behavior after doing it didn't stop.
No, he was in his prime when that was going on. He wasn't stopping. That was just a normal thing, So unfortunately, that was they were like in the middle of they were doing a session, one of these little freak offs when that was going on. Because we actually had a male escort in the room when that happened. And the dude ended up doing an interview with Black TV, and he talked about, he said he didn't even know that happened in the hallway. He remembered her leaving out the door while I guess Diddy was in the bathroom or whatever. And he said he came out and said, "Where she goes?" And she left. And he was like, man, he just sprinted out the door with like a bath towel on. And then they a few minutes later, she was crying and stuff. And I didn't know what happened. And then he made her go in the room and change her clothes and go back out there and do round two of a little freak off. And the dude said it was strange as hell because he could hear them in there. At first they was fighting, and then, she came out and she was still crying, and Diddy still made her do all the stuff, and dude said he really hard for him to do because how am I supposed to do this with a woman that's crying? I clearly don't want to do this. Like, this is like, he was saying, like, he felt like it was like participating in grape, you know? And that's crazy because he didn't even know what happened in the hallway until that video came out years later. And he saw it like, whoa, I was there. I was like, damn, man. Like, and people still was talking shit about Cassie after all of that happened and came out. That's the crazy part.
It just shows you the culture. It just shows you the initial problem. And that's what's so sad about the manosphere is that they should be trying to solve that problem. They should be trying to fix things, not make things worse. Anyway, okay, now I think I'm done now. I think let me see what's on the end of this thing. I always say that. Let me see what's after this. That the last one? Yeah, that's definitely. I definitely don't want to play this because I will definitely get the NFL don't mess around. The NFL don't mess around with they copyrights. They do not mess around. But though that was a great game. That Steelers Ravens, that was, I think that might have been better than the Super Bowl. But they were just the winner go home one. But anyway, let me shut up. But I would like to thank everybody. Thank you, Deontay, for coming through. I think we'd put some good stuff on tape. I'm looking forward to seeing if the the replay gang enjoys it as well. Any last words before we go into the beat?
No, I don't have it. I mean, I did see what Kevin just said. Like, yeah, she was a willing participant in the beginning when it was all the honeymoon phase, and she thought this was just what he was into. But remember, she went through that shit with him for a decade, and sometime in there, it turned into a monstrosity that she felt like she couldn't get out of. You know, so
right.
It was that was just a terrible situation, and then he's getting everything coming to him that he deserves.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that, I mean, he didn't get hit with the pimp charges, but he was definitely acting like a pimp. That's exactly what a pimp trains. That is exactly what they do. That's exactly what they do. What he did to Cassie, that's exactly what they do. Kick him without a woman when she's on the ground. Anyway, let me go ahead and get to the beat. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go.
J Torch and friends. It's about to go down, baby. Yeah. Round and around and around. Yeah. When love goes around, it comes around.
Got out. I said what I said on stage. Beyonce. Evan, the lifestyle guy. Corey Coburn. Why is seeking knowledge?
Pull up a chair, the family's here. Voices are warm, the vibe is clear.
Shout out to T.
DJ Torch,
DLT in the house.
friends, it's about to go down. It's about to go down.
Jam's World.
Laughter and truth, a gentle sound. Hearts open wide when the love goes round.
JHDX.
DJ Torch and friends, it's about to go.
Tar Willie is in the house.
Love goes around, it lifts, it flows. Love goes around and everybody knows. Love goes around from me to you. Love goes around, it always comes through. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Love goes around.
Ladies and gentlemen, by the way, Candace Owens is back at it again. We might have to do a live stream with her again. I might mix her in with a little bit of Cynthia G. We'll check. We'll see.
That's our cue. It's not a party without you, without you, without you, without you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming by. See you on the next one.